I'm never gonna be able.
I'll just start on Monday.
When would I even make time to go to the gym?
I don't feel like
I think it's okay to have a little.
Why gonna take care of my
I
don't have that.
I have to pick up the kids. I don't have time.
Girl, get the up.
This is fine.
Yum yum, eat 'em up, 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 eat 'em up.
Okay, now it's time to be real with ourselves. You've had enough of your favorite foods, haven't you?
Damn! If you somehow clicked on this video and weight loss is triggering for you, get out of here. Ariana, what are you doing here? We'll see you in the next one, or come back when you're ready. When you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you do your best. So if you don't feel as good as you could, stay a while and go ahead, subscribe. Hey guys, and happy new year. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Valerie and I'm so excited to be making this video for you guys. It's overdue for some of you. If you're new here, welcome. I did make a tummy tuck video last year and I told you guys I was gonna tell you how I lost the 30 pounds before surgery, but I gained a little bit of weight since then, and I was like, you know what, come January, this is the perfect time to tell you guys what I did, because I'm gonna do it again and we can maybe do it together and find a way to hold each other accountable. What do you guys think, fitness besties? I've been back on it for about a week now. So yeah, the proof is in the pudding. It's working. I've lost about 5 pounds, and yeah, I'm not a professional, not a nutritionist, fitness expert, none of that. I'm just gonna tell you guys what worked for me, give you guys some backstory, because I find that if I can relate to a backstory, then usually I can make it make sense with the progress going forward. So yeah, let's get into it. So in April of 2024, I had cosmetic surgery done. I had tummy tuck with lipo 360, but prior to surgery, my surgeon did tell me that I had to lose 30 pounds to get my BMI at like a 29.9, or else no surgery. He said he's not the one or the two. You don't lose the weight, then no surgery for you. Rapper. She's a rapper. So yes, I know you guys look at this picture and you're probably like, no, she had some work done. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I had work done, but it has to lose weight naturally beforehand. So let's get into a little bit of backstory, see if you guys can relate, and then we'll move on to what I did to lose the 30 pounds. So pretty much my entire life, I've been self-conscious about my body. I've always had like family members like pick fun at me. People just used to call me chubby and like stuff like that, and it always made me self-conscious. I think that a lot of people don't realize that that's what it actually does to people. While it may seem like harmless to you, like, oh, I'm just calling them chub, like whenever kids are kids, like they listen, they're absorbing what you're saying, and while they may not react to what you're saying, it's still being absorbed, and it's still something that's like in the back of your mind, like, oh, I don't want to be too chubby. Like people constantly pointing that out about me, that I'm chubby. And if you take nothing else from this, if you're a mom, dad, or other, whoever you are, and you have little girls in your life, don't do that to them. As somebody who experienced it and lives with it, like it does affect you. Like I'm 30 something years old on paper, and I still think about those things. Like I'm still like, okay, like I'm still not skinny enough, even though whenever I look at pictures, I'm like, oh, okay, like you do look kind of good. In the moment, I'm like, wow, like I need to lose weight, you know, constantly thinking about my weight. Like it's just body dysmorphia. I mean, to preach to you guys right there, just trying to offer a little bit of advice, tiny bit.
So this is me right after having my third daughter. So you see, I was a pretty decent size, but I still felt like I still needed to lose weight. So this is, I was about 190 right here, maybe about 200 in this picture. But then right here is right whenever I started keto. So you see a lot thinner. I was a lot happier. I was a lot more in shape. And then right here, I still felt like I was so big here. Like I can't believe that, but still pretty skinny. And this is all happening before the pandemic. I had my last daughter in 2018. So still a pretty decent size, even though for me, I thought I still needed to lose a little bit more weight because I was looking at the number on the scale, not how I actually looked. But here you can see I was starting to gain some weight here, especially in these next couple pictures. You can see how the weight gain happened for me and what made me decide to do what I'm doing.
So we're gonna fast forward to right before I had surgery.
Jump scare warning, I look crazy in all these pics. I was about 210 right here, and this was like in the beginning of January. So January 2024, this is about the size that I was, about 210-ish. So to get my BMI under 29.9 or right at 29.9. I needed to be at 189 or 190. So this is about where I was. I was losing weight during this time, and this was pictures that I had to send to the surgeon like a week before surgery, and even then they were still telling me I needed to lose more weight. So at this point, I've tried everything. I've tried keto, I've done HCG, Herbalife. I was working out at the gym. I was doing as much research as I could on YouTube and TikTok and trying to do weights first, do cardio first, do the walking, do all these different things, do high protein diets, do low carb diets, and my weight was still fluctuating drastically. I could not figure out what it would take for me to lose the weight because things I had tried before weren't working a second time. And no matter how many videos I watched, no matter how much research I did, no matter how many books I've read telling you should eat a certain amount of calories and you should work out with weights to shred the fat, that was not working for me. Every single time I followed one of those plans where I was working out with weights and doing heavy lifting, I was always getting bigger.
The scale starts moving the opposite direction. We want it to go here and it's going there. That's not what we want. So now that we're here, let me tell you what I actually did. I wrote it down for you guys.
So this is pretty much what I did. Started January of 2024 until I had surgery in April. So I stopped drinking alcohol, stopped drinking caffeine, and then I did a lot of research on foods that were good for you, that will keep you from being inflamed and take care of your gut health and things like that. And what I found is that doing a bone broth diet would be really good for your gut health and helping you to lose weight. I don't know enough to give you the information, so I'm going to link some videos down below that will be helpful for you if you're interested in learning about your gut health and how it can affect you. But I'm going to go more into depth of what I did as far as like the food that I was eating and what I was doing in the gym.
In January 2024, I decided it's time. We're doing it. We're locking in. Period. The beginning of the year, I stopped drinking alcohol, stopped drinking coffee.
Giving up caffeine was hard, but giving up alcohol was even harder because anytime I went out to eat, I was getting a cutesy little cocktail, having drinks with friends, celebrating, but you have to start making small changes. Switch out your candy for fruit. Switch out your fried foods for something green. If you feel like that's too drastic of a start, if you go to a restaurant, you get a full-size meal. Like say you go to Chick-fil-A and you get a number 3, get that in a kid's meal. And start to swap out your meals. I know that bone broth diets are extremely strict and they're hard to do, but these are the bone broths that I really liked. The kettle fire ones, they had different flavors, so they were easier to drink. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's not an easy diet to do. It doesn't taste good, but whenever you start to transition your life and your lifestyle into cooking your own food at home and starting to eat healthier, you can make anything taste good. And after you've been on it for a while, you start to crave it. There's so many places where you can find good recipes. Pinterest is my favorite. And you just have to start somewhere. 80% of your fitness journey is going to be what happens in the kitchen, what you eat, and 20% is what you do in the gym.
Come on, y'all! Push, y'all, push! Come on, y'all! Look at that power! This is insanity.
In the gym, what I was doing, I was going to the gym 5 days a week, sometimes 6, which may seem excessive, but whenever you have a goal to meet, if you have a goal to meet, please get that out of your head that that's too much. If all you do is scroll online and watch YouTube videos, do that shit at the gym, because I was doing the elliptical and walking on the treadmill only. I tried to make sure that on the machine, it said over 400 calories. Anything less than 400, I didn't really see a change on the scale, but if I had 400 plus calories lost on there on a cardio machine, then I always saw like a pound weight difference the next day. As I got closer to my surgery date, I started kicking it up at the gym. Like, try to do no less than 500 calories on the elliptical or the treadmill. And when I was doing the treadmill, I was doing it on the incline. At this point, I really started doing 2 meals, bone broth only, and then 1 meal, just like a piece of fruit and some nuts. Before you guys say it, I don't know if it is or isn't, but that's probably not healthy. But what I will say is, it's effective. So bone broth twice a day, and then fruit, which my fruit of choice was oranges. So I would eat like 2 oranges and have bags of nuts, and that was it. that is whenever I really start to crush it, and I lost like my last 10 pounds right before surgery. The only downside to doing that is that my B12 was really low, and I ended up having to do B12 injections because of it. Because whenever I went to do my labs, they were like, yeah, your B12 is pretty low. Like, are you a vegetarian? I was like, wait, I haven't really been eating much meat. So I did start eating meat again. But then as my surgery got postponed, it got postponed from, it was originally March 19th, got pushed out to April 5th. During that time, of course, I'm not just eating just fruit and bone broth. I'm not just doing that anymore, you guys. So don't get discouraged if you're like, I'm not doing that shit. But it was still like bone broth in the morning or for dinner, and then have one lunch thing. And then if I did have like 2 meals and 1 bone broth, then I would make sure that I went to the gym twice that day, or it would be extremely small meals. But during this time, you have to be, if you have a goal in mind, you have to be really restrictive on yourself, and there is no way around it. I know that what I'm telling you guys is kind of all over the place, but bottom line is you have to eat less and move more. That's what works for me. I did lose the 30 pounds in that 3 months, and then the last month I kept it off until I had the surgery. So it works, it's effective, but you have to be willing to buy in, because it's not, again, it's not fun. It's not a cute diet that people talk about. It's not any of the things that you want it to be. It's exactly what you don't want to do, which is something that's not overnight, not easy. You have to buy in. There is no way around it. That's pretty much what I did the whole time. I do have a MyFitnessPal. If you guys have MyFitnessPal as well, I think there's a way that we can add each other as friends. If we can, I'll try to put my link down below. You guys can follow me and you can see, because I log all my food before I eat it. That usually helps me out. But whenever I was using MyFitnessPal before, it tells you to eat like 1,800 calories or whatever it was for my height. Anytime I would eat that much and work out, it's like I was maintaining the weight. So I always have to put myself in a deficit. You have to create a deficit and move more to lose the weight. And that's just what it is. And if you want to lose it quickly, then create a severe deficit and move a lot. I know I told you guys you were not going to like it. It's not a good time. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not a good time. What I'm doing right now is not that strict. What I'm trying to do is just make small changes. Like I mentioned before, I can go all in on something, but if I do it that way, then like once I mess up once, then like I'm done with it. And I really want to make it a lifestyle change instead of just like something that I do for a quick fix like I did for surgery. Because as I mentioned before, I did gain weight back, and I'm really mad at myself because I had surgery and everything. And I'm like, you should have been in that gym as soon as they told you that you could have been. But if you're getting surgery and you need to lose weight beforehand, this is what I did. This is what works for me. Hopefully it inspires somebody maybe. I know this video was kind of like all over the place. I feel like it's a lot of information that I'm trying to give to you and trying to figure out a way to give it to you without it sounding too scripted, because I want you guys to know, like, this is not, I'm not trying to sell you guys on a fitness plan, not trying to tell you guys to do anything. This is just what I did and how I remember it going, because at the end of the day, I did get to the goal, which was to lose 30 pounds before surgery. I did do that. So if you're interested in keeping up with me on my fitness journey, make sure that you subscribe, like this video. Let me know down in the comment section below if this video was helpful for you at all. And I'll try to check in with you guys weekly so that we can try to start holding each other accountable. And again, if MyFitnessPal has a thing where we can, you know, link up, keep up with each other that way, I'll leave my link down below. Now, if you guys are watching this and thinking like, girl, I'm not doing that, like, you're insane, you basically ate nothing, like, that's unhealthy. Yeah, I get it. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be your favorite food. It's just not going to be like the happiest time in your life as you're getting adjusted to it. But let's be for real. You've had enough of your favorite food, haven't you? Now let's clock that tea, hun, because I love you, but tough love. Sometimes we need a little tough love. You got to put your favorite foods down. Your favorite snacks, you got to put them down sometimes, because think big picture.
You need to think big. See, that's no. The thing is this. No, the thing is this. Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big.
Think big picture. You think Beyonce's eating Pop-Tarts every day? No. What about her? You think she has a Snicker or 2 a day? No. What about them? You think that they're not moving around. Now, I'm not trying to bully you, just trying to motivate you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this was helpful to you at all, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.